Hey guys, it's your girl Jakayla A, and I'm back with another video. Today I'm doing something that I've never done on myself or on another person. I've used forms before here and there, but I don't think I've ever done a form set on a person. Now I'm only doing my one hand so I can put a different design on my other hand. And so yeah, I'm using forms. I'm doing these sculpted nails using a new acrylic that I just got. I really wanted to do it, and I also wanted to try something new, so that's how I ended up here. The forms that I'm using, I do believe I got them off Amazon. I have some new ones coming off Amazon because they look a lot longer than these, but I can't even say for sure I got these off Amazon, but I'm pretty sure I did. And even if I didn't, there are so many on Amazon. You just want to make sure that you tuck the form nicely underneath your nail. Now, I'm a person that really likes to cut their nails underneath their enhancements. I don't like the look of my nail, my actual nail, growing underneath a acrylic nail or any type of enhancement. I just don't care for what it looks like when you flip your hand over. So I cut them very short. I feel like it'll serve you if you don't cut them too short, and you just keep, if you're a person that likes to cut your nails short, don't cut them too short. Just keep a little bit of nail right there, so it'll help really guide where you need to put the nail form. I don't think I had an issue with where I put them. I think that I had some issues. I know I had some issues, but that wasn't one of them. So I'm going ahead and I'm putting those on. You saw that I had messed one up, so I have to get another one. On the first one, I took that little piece of plastic that covers the hole, and I put it underneath the enhancement where you actually are building the nail out. And then I was like, I don't really need to put that little piece of sticker underneath the nail form. And so I didn't for the other four, but I did for the thumb. It really didn't make a difference for me. I didn't notice any type of difference. So I'm just looking at them. I'm making sure that they look right, making sure that none of the forms are on top of your nail. They need to be tucked tightly underneath your nail. And that's the way you're going to get the best result. The acrylics that I'm using is the Crystal Pink by Nail Supply Glamour. It's literally like pink and clear put together to make a perfect pink translucent. I don't even know how to describe it, but it's crystal pink. It's perfect. It's already a repurchase, and this was my first time getting it. I really love it. It's going to be a go-to for me. I just know it. Like the way I'm looking at it right now on my hand while I'm doing this voiceover, it's really, really, really pretty. And I had a Clear Me a Secret jar, but that is Young Nails Core Clear. And then you also saw me with a iGel Beauty acrylic that is a glitter, and I didn't even use that. I had a whole pink glitter stones idea that I was gonna do, but I didn't even do it. I did use the stones. The stones you saw me with were my personal collection of Swarovski crystals. I am building my personal collection. I'm doing a bling out on my birthday. I am going to film it. I'm doing a total bling out with all light rose stones, and I'm gonna use the same pink that I used today. And so yeah, I'm building my own personal collection of Swarovski crystals. So I used some of them today, some bigger pieces, all of that. You'll see it at the end of the video. Of course, the brush is a size 12 Kolinsky brush, and the monomer is Glam and Glitz, and the primer is Young Nails Protein Bond, always. And that'll be linked below. All my essentials are always linked below. Now, I've already started the process, trying to make sure that I do not flood the cuticle. Just on the first finger right there, I'm getting a little bit of flooding. I am picking up beads that are a little bit too wet, so that you see me tapping it. I realize quickly when you're doing this, you don't want to be picking up wet beads. You want to be picking up beads on the drier side, and that's basically just picking up the bead and then turning around that brush and getting some of that liquid off of there, and it'll just instantly dry the bead out a little bit. You can even wait it out a little bit and it'll dry it even more, and you just build the nail down. So I chose to start at the free edge of my natural nail and where the form meet, And then I built up the nail bed, and then I went down and I built up the actual enhancement and the length of the nail, and then I just continued to build it to make it thick. So I wanted to put down a layer to construct the form or like the shape of it so I could kind of see what I'm doing. I didn't know if it was square. So I didn't know if I was doing stiletto, if I was doing coffin. I didn't know what shape I was going for. I just wanted to build it and then see where I would go from there. I ended up with something like a tapered square, which is really my favorite shape. I really am in love with the shape that I ended up with in the end. And because of that, I think that when I do this again, because of course it's my first time, I knew I was gonna take my time with it, and I knew I wasn't gonna do it perfectly. When I do it again, I definitely will focus on building up the acrylic and making it a little bit thicker while the form is on, instead of doing it thin and then taking the form off and building more product on after the form is off, which you can do. That's perfectly fine to do, because once you put that first thin layer and you let it dry, then the nail has enough strength for you to continue to build on it without the form being on there. But I'm happy that I went on the thicker side and then just filed them and shaped them into where I wanted them to be, instead of going thinner, taking the form off, and then continuing to build the nail without the form on. I definitely will go ahead and pile the product on while the form is on. I just thought that was a lot easier. And you see, I'm just playing around with methods. This time on the second finger, I actually put the acrylic in the cuticle area, and I did the nail bed, and then I drug it down. That worked too just fine, but it's a very patient process doing nail forms until you learn how to really do them. Just like anything, you have to practice before you can really call yourself a pro, or before you can really do it efficiently and in a timely manner. It did take me an hour, 57 minutes exactly, to do this one hand, and so I did not leave all the footage in this video because it would be too long. But just to sculpt my 5 fingers, and I was kind of watching TV, don't get me wrong, I was watching TV too. It took me 57 minutes just to do this one finger, so this one hand, excuse me. So it definitely took time, but I was playing around with it, doing different methods, seeing how I like it, and just trying to get a feel for it. It's definitely something that I want to be able to master, and it's something I want to excel at, to the point that I can do it on clients, that I could do it easily on myself, because the shape that you get with nail forms, and you'll see a little later, I'm actually really obsessed with the shape and the finished product that I was able to get after I filed them for I don't even know how long. But in the end result, the shape that you get with nail forms and that C curve is not for everybody. Everybody doesn't love a really, really straight nail. Some people love a curved nail. Some people love a half curve. I love, love, love a straight nail. And I think that the shape that you're able to get with nail forms is really nothing like it. I don't think any tip can come close to the shape that you're able to get with nail forms. But while I'm talking about tips, let me tell y'all. So Zule, which is the company that I use, their nail adhesive, and they sell all type of nail art and acrylic, is a Latina girl, and she is the owner of the company, and she's really active with the company, and she's just a really fun girl. She actually has a C-curve coffin tip that I just bought today. So I don't know what they are even like, but she has a tip that kind of like, it's supposed to resemble the shape that you get when you work with nail forms. So I'm really excited to use that. And I bought some other goodies. If I do get my packages close to some of my other packages, I'll do a haul for it. If not, but you'll still see me use them. Even if I don't haul them, you'll still see me use them. All right, y'all, from what y'all can see, I finished the sculpting. I only kept in like 3 nails because, like I said, it took me a long time. But you could see they're super flat. They are on the thick side, but they're really, really flat. And that C curve is popping. I really, not now because I have to file them, but I really love the shape that I was able to achieve, and I could see myself doing my nails with nail forms all the time, at least to practice so that I can get like good enough to do people. For sure, I could see myself just really playing around with different forms so I could find ones that I really, really love, and I can do this a lot more. I'm using the 80/80 grit file. I recently bought 80/80s because, baby, I be trying to get that shape. 100, 100, 100s are really good. That's a really nice file for you to use to get a nail shape. But them 80s, I feel like it just cut down on that time. You can get that shape right out the way. Especially these was real wonky, real lumpity bumpity because it was my first time doing this technique. So I had to file them for their life. I even used my carbide bit, and y'all know I don't even use that. I don't even be playing that game. I don't even use that bit. I only use really my crosscut bit. Like once I do my hand file, I go in with my crosscut bit. Right now I'm using my medium safety carbide bit. It's the safety dome top one because I had to get that product broke down, and I wasn't trying to be doing my nails forever. I still got to do my right hand. I'm just editing this video before I do that. So, yeah, I'm using that, just really trying to break that product down. I did go across that cuticle area, but that's not really my purpose with this bit. I was really just trying to get all of that product from, look at that C curve. Y'all, stop playing with me. Stop playing with me. I love that look. I just really love that look of that straight nail. It's so clean to me. It's so clean. But, yeah, I'm trying to get that product broke down, and I keep rubbing my hand over it so I could see if it's like thin enough. I know I'm gonna go in with this bit, this the crosscut, large barrel crosscut bit, but it's like a diamond bit, but it just doesn't break that product down fast enough. It breaks it down, but that carbide bit is a lot faster, and you definitely want to go for the safety unless you just real, careful. I have the ones that are not the safety, and I'll be cutting myself, so I don't use them. I use them on myself. Everything that I have, I've tried on myself before anybody else, and I could not master those bits without cutting myself, so I did not use them, and I still do not use them. I use the safety one, or I use this one here. And so I keep rubbing it and keep seeing if it's smooth enough. And when I think it is smooth enough, I moved on and I did everything else. Some of them took so much time to do, so I cut that out. I did not show that, but here is the finish after I filed all 5. Look at that C curve. Stop playing. Stop playing. Oh, no. I'm sorry. This is me doing the alcohol just to show you that that's what I did. I did the hand file 80/80. I did the carbide bit to break down the product. Then I cleaned up the cuticle area with the crosscut bit. Then this is me after I did all 3 of those different filing methods on all of the nails, and this is the finished product of all the nails. The thumb came out kind of coughing. I was really going for more of a tapered square, but the thumb is the only one that's really just in its own lane. But I don't think you really noticed the thumb, especially when I put the bling on. You didn't really notice the thumb was a little bit skinnier. It's okay. So that's alcohol. After the filing process, I love to put some alcohol. I got this Young Nail Swipe right behind me. I never use it. I don't know what's wrong with me. I never use it, and that's literally the whole purpose of it. That's literally one of the purpose of Swipe, and I never use it. I just use alcohol. So that's the finished nails. After I filed them, I was really, really happy with the shape. I could not stop looking at them. I could have just put a good top coat on top of these with nothing on top of them and been so happy, because that's just a simple, clean, pink, translucent pink look. I love that. I love this powder. I love the color. So I got my Zule. I don't open up my stones. I have some of my bigger pieces. I have no idea why I used them. I just saw them and was like, oh, I ain't used these in a while. Let me put some of these on two of my nails. Like, it was no real rhyme or reason. I just really wanted to do something with those pieces because I haven't used them. So I picked up a bead of clear. I made sure it was a very dry bead. So I patted that monomer off of it. And it was a fairly nice bead because those are really big pieces. But I feel like acrylic is the best way to get those really, really huge pieces to stick. I do have bling gel, but you have to use so much of it, and I didn't want to bother. If I don't have to bother, I won't bother. So I just used acrylic and just made sure it was really dry, and I stuck those pieces up in it. And I ended up doing 4 pieces on my middle finger, and then I did 3 smaller pieces on my index finger. And then I, just with no real rhyme or reason, sprinkled the AB rose in 12 and 16, and then the rose Swarovski crystals, I do believe that's size 12. Yeah, I do believe that's size 12, just all around the look. And that's really that's the look. Those really big pieces and those smaller pieces just randomly put all throughout. That is literally the look. Zule nail adhesive. Zule is a company, also has cluster gel. I don't know if I just found out about cluster gel, if cluster gel is new, but I was kind of upset that I didn't see the cluster gel before I finished my order, because I placed the order for some decals and some stickers, and for the tips, that was mostly why I wanted to place the order. And I didn't even see on her page that she had the cluster gel until the order was done. So I was like, dang, I should have got that. So I am going to get that at some point. I heard Poochie's Nails has a really good bling gel too. And I also want to really support the young lady. Like, she can't be nothing but like 20, maybe 21. And her name is Naya. She has a YouTube channel called Nail by Naya. And she's Nail by Naya on Instagram, but she's a black girl. It's a very young girl, and she has her own company. It's a very new company in 2020. It just launched, and I want to support her too. And I think she actually launched, she did. She launched her company with a bling gel. So it's quite a few that I want to try, but you cannot go wrong with that good old acrylic. Just make sure that bead is really dry, and those big pieces will stick so well. All right, y'all, finished the bling up. I put the top coat on. Make sure you put that top coat underneath. Whenever you have something translucent or clear looking, you want to put top coat underneath. I'm obsessed with the look, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Bye.